Well, hello again. I don't know why I'm saying again. I shouldn't really assume that you saw my last LEGO Dimensions video, but if you did, I gotta admit, guys, you're right. It's just really bad. I mean, the theory, in my opinion, was at least pretty okay, but my voice work was just so terrible. So if you don't know me,
My name's Sai. I'm just
a huge LEGO Dimensions fan.
all dead beams aside, I was very insecure when I made that video. I just started my YouTube channel, and to be honest, right now, if I had the choice to, I would have totally taken that video down and redone it. But apparently you guys liked it a whole lot, so I'm kind of making this theory video as a sequel to that one. Now, I bet some of you are definitely thinking, man, this guy's just doing this for the views. And that is a part of the reason why I'm doing this, but I have a lot more to say about a possible LEGO Dimensions sequel. To catch you up if you haven't seen it, in the last theory video, I voiced my opinion on who I thought this guy was at the end of the original LEGO Dimensions in the after credits scene. But in this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the story of what will be LEGO Dimensions 2. For lack of a better name. Now I know, LEGO Dimensions is over. Sad as it is, they canceled it a couple years ago, but in my humble opinion, a sequel is inevitable. Cause what's a successful LEGO game without its sequels? But not only that, my last video got such a well reception from you guys long after LEGO Dimensions was done. So I could at least see many people being interested in one. So I could see LEGO doing a LEGO Dimensions sequel in two ways. One, they could research the heck out of what went wrong with their last one, because really, I know a lot of people didn't get it because it was so pricey, and I bet there could be ways to make a whole lot of those old sets cheaper. Or they could do two, which is my more favorite option. In the last video, there was this one comment that caught my eye. Now, I don't remember who commented it, and I've looked for it for hours and hours on end, and I still can't find it. If you guys can find it, let me know. But basically what they said was, the sequel to LEGO Dimensions doesn't have to be a Toys to Life game. They could totally make it just a regular $60 non-Toys to Life game. It was such a good idea, my head almost exploded. I would bet that this game would be a whole lot more fun than the last one, because you could be any character you want without having to pay for them, and LEGO could totally add even more characters to this game than the last one, because they won't have to work with individual toy tags. And sure, the first LEGO Dimensions was Toys to Life, and it is kind of sad for them to leave that, but this game is actually beatable without spending a buck on extra characters, unless, you know, they add DLC, but that's not important. Whatever the case, if they continue with Toys to Life or not, I have ideas for LEGO to make not one, but two sequel games. Now, it doesn't have to be two games. It could be just one with two different stories, or it could really just be all one story that intersects a whole lot. It doesn't really matter to me, because my two story ideas converge at the end, but we're gonna have it as two games just to help me lay out all my ideas. Starting with the first one, it would obviously be about Batman, Gandalf, and Wildstyle defeating this new Vortek. It doesn't matter really who's being controlled by Vortek in this scenario. It could be Star-Lord for all I care. The thing we need to do is just make him a little different from the original Vortek. Maybe we can make him red, like after the arm, so then we can tell them apart. And this new villain's main goal will be to bring back the original, fully powered Vortek from the, you know, the dimensional loop thing. I don't remember what they called it. Anyways, the main question is, how is this new Vortek gonna free the old one from this perfect prison, as Batman says? Well, I'm glad you asked. A weird thing I noticed about the first LEGO Dimensions game was when Vortek is trying to get the foundation of all realities, or the foundation of all dimensions, or whatever they call it, he lays out all the foundation elements in their proper places. They go up, spin around, come down and disappear, opening the thing that has the foundation of all reality. But did you notice what happened to the foundation elements? They just disappeared. And that's not really good, because
the foundation elements are the cornerstones of time and space, so they're kind of important to the entire universe.
As Expo clearly puts it, the foundation elements are the cornerstones of time and space, and they disappear to unlock this thing. Now, I guess the foundation of reality still exists, but you gotta admit, that is kinda sketchy, right? But that's not the worst part. When Batman, Gandalf, and Wildstyle are trying to defeat Vortek, they literally destroy the foundation of all dimensions. I don't know about you, but I don't think that's a very good way of saving your universe.
Not a great plan.
And yet, after they destroyed it, reality's still intact. So that begs the question, did they destroy it? Can the foundation of reality really be destroyed? And the answer is yes and no. If you look closely, you'll see that green 1x1 plates, tiles, plates. Okay, tiles are flat and plates have the stud, so this has got to be... If you look closely, you will see that the green 1x1 plates disappear like the foundation elements. They also turn kind of black, but that's not important. Well, what if, when the foundation elements disappeared, they returned home? And what if, when the foundation was destroyed, each of these bits disappeared and attached themselves to a foundation element? This would give our new villain, and consequently the heroes, a reason to travel through dimensions and possibly even visit some new ones that they didn't visit before, like Lego Minecraft and Lego Overwatch. Also, we could try replacing some old foundation elements because Blackbeard's treasure... Really?
The name be Metalbeard!
Also, Chen isn't really a main Ninjago villain anymore, so we could have the new foundation be like their dragon armor, because really it's from Ninjago's version of Foundation Prime. Maybe we can make something up like when they disappear, they reform as something new in some dimensions. One thing I'd recommend for Lego about New Vortek or Son of Vortek, whatever you want to call him, is he should not start with villainous allies. One, this would differentiate him from the original Vortek, who usually uses people to do his bidding because he's not strong enough to travel between dimensions anymore. And two, this would also level the playing field, at least at the beginning, with him and our new heroes. Now, don't get me wrong, New Vortek could definitely pick up some allies when he travels, and that would actually be really cool, like he has his own little squad or whatever. Anyways, eventually at the end of the game, New Vortek will definitely come out on top with some weird ace up his sleeve and free the original Vortek. When most movies and games talk about trying to stop a villain from releasing a once trapped evil, most of the time the villains complete their evil plan and it creates a crazy cool boss battle. And this is where I'm actually going to cut off to the second game idea, which revolves around the original Vortek's point of view. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's not much for the original Vortek to do. He's trapped in a rift loop. However, this one voice line near the end of the game gives so much insight.
You guys did it! Lord Vortek has been removed from our reality. Now he's some other reality's problem.
Good. Trapped for the rest of time with only himself for company.
Really, Batman? Did you not hear what Expo just said? Now, this is a bit of a stretch, and this second game idea doesn't really need to exist if LEGO can't get the rights. But what if this other reality contains all the LEGO Disney themes? If LEGO doesn't do this in their next game, or if Disney and Warner Bros. Can't cooperate, they will miss out on so much money. Not only is this the game LEGO Dimensions fans have been hoping for since the last one, but having Spider-Man and Batman in the same video game would definitely turn some heads and probably would get a whole lot more people who wouldn't usually play LEGO games to play this one. And so, hence the story about Vortek and the Disney Dimensions. His plan will be collecting foundation elements of his own, maybe like the Infinity Gauntlet from Marvel, Luke's lightsaber in Star Wars, and maybe the foundation of this reality could be Mickey's wand or something, I have no idea. Also, in this story we'll need to create a new threesome, so I'd recommend at least one Marvel character, maybe like Iron Man or Captain America or possibly Spider-Man if Sony gets in on this, but having Disney and Warner Bros. Is a stretch. They also have a Star Wars representative, Probably Rey from the new movies, but you really could have one from the original trilogy. And then maybe just like a random Disney or Pixar character, Elastigirl maybe from Incredibles 2, or Woody. Just take your pick. These three will be our main protagonists for this game. The original Vortek doesn't have to win in the end by collecting all the foundation elements. It doesn't really matter, because this is where our stories meet. New Vortek, at the end of both of our game's journeys, brings original Vortek back and accidentally the three main heroes of the Disney Dimensions. The Disney Dimension threesome and our original threesome gather around in horror to watch the original Vortek talk to the new Vortek. Now, this is the last thing that intrigues me about the last game. Now, I don't know if this may sound weird to you, but our heroes in the last game united together to stop the original Vortek from uniting together their worlds.
Getting all the foundation elements will stop Lord Vortek's plan to collapse all the dimensions into one.
That doesn't really make much sense.
Not a great plan.
And even though this plot hole isn't really going to be fixed in the sequel, it's going to be referenced in an important way. What if, for an amazing plot twist, the original Vortek and the new Vortek get in a fight about what they should use the foundation of all dimensions for? Now, the original Vortek talks about finishing his plan from the first one, bringing all different LEGO dimensions and combining them into one perfect dimension. However, new Vortek is more of a son. He's not really a direct copy, and so he has different views. And instead, he wants to destroy them all. This would make an epic boss battle where our heroes will actually have to work with the original Vortek to defeat the new one. They managed to defeat him against all odds. I'm not sure how. You guys can create your own ideas, and I'd love to hear them in the comments below. They could try blowing up the foundation again for all I care, and somehow in doing this, they free the person who's being controlled by a new Vortek, and maybe we could have a thing where they imprison Vortek again, or maybe the original Vortek turns good and protects the universe. Take your pick. Anyways, this is my idea for a sequel. Sorry that this video was longer than my last one, but I hope you guys found at least these ideas a little bit interesting. I know the ending's not as finished up, but I'd love to hear your guys' comments down below, because you guys probably have way better ideas than mine. Now, I'm telling you now, I read all your comments from the last one, some of which I actually used to help me make this video. That meme at the beginning, that was one of you guys. Also, speaking of your comments, let me know if you guys want to see a video about me talking about your theories from the last one. Subscribe if you want, like if you want, comment if you want. I won't force you to. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later.